If you're putting together an event in Calgary that involves hockey, well, you invite four-time Olympic gold medalist and Jumpstart ambassador Hayley Wickenhesier, who's joining us this morning. Hayley, good morning.
Good morning.
It's the first time you and I have actually met. Hayley is from Saskatchewan originally, so I have some roots with Saskatchewan as well, too. When you were watching the CFL, I'm sure you watch a little football. Is there a part of your heart that just gets ripped out knowing that Saskatchewan is not going to be in the...
It was painful this year. My dad and I were almost throwing things at the TV. No, wow. It was rider pride. I mean, growing up in Saskatchewan, that's a big part of our lives. And I remember wearing the Bobby Jurison bandana as a kid and having all the Grey Cup parties, and it's a big deal. Yeah. Now, hopefully the Stamps are going to bring home the Grey Cup. They have a great team, but it's. Yeah, it kind of hurts a little when the Riders aren't in there.
Well, then let's switch our attention to hockey then, shall we?
Sure.
One of the things that you are doing and have been doing for the last 5 years, you said to yourself, hey, I've got an idea. Is that how it all started?
Yeah, it really, years ago I was working with Jungle Jim Hunter here in Calgary, and we're doing some training together, and we were talking about leaving a legacy after you're done playing and how to be able to give back. And he and I brainstormed an idea, and it really has blossomed into this festival called the Wickenhesier International Female Hockey Festival, put on by Canadian Tire. And we're in our 5th year now. Amazing. 80 teams that are registered. We've got 50 more on the waiting list.
That is insane. You have that many. When you first started, you had about how many?
Well, we started with about 50, and we had it for the first 3 years in Burnaby, BC, off of the heels of the 2010 Winter Olympics.
Yes.
And then we decided to move it to Calgary. Just logistically, it was easier. Sponsorship was easier. And then having it at Winsport is just such a beautiful facility. So we take over all of the Winsport rinks.
That's great. So you're the reason I can't get any ice time.
Yes, in the northwest of Calgary, you can't get any ice this week. It's because of us. So.
And you've also taken up some other rinks. Cochrane, you're taking some rinks.
Yeah, we've got Cochrane ice. We've got the Edge arenas and Springbank. We've got some ice. So we're all over the place right now. Right. And part of this event is that it's not just a hockey tournament. It's a festival of the game. So we actually have 3 major events going on at once. And tomorrow night is our first opening reception where we have Dean Brody's coming in to...
Look at that.
Yeah, he's going to do a duet with Natalie Spooner, who's a teammate of mine from the national team, and they're going to sing Canadian Girls
Does
together.
Natalie, she sings?
She's an amazing singer.
I didn't know she sang.
Yeah, she can do it all, that girl.
Wow.
Yeah, so that'll be that. And then we have the tournament happening, and then a professional development type atmosphere where these kids who are ages 5 to 18 can come in and they can learn about equipment, training, nutrition, mental training from some of the best in hockey. We've got people like Brendan Morrison from the former Flame. We've got David Pelche, Olympic gold medalist figure skater, some of my teammates, and just a great group of professionals that they can sign up for these off-ice sessions. So it's a bit of a holistic development of the hockey player.
I'm guessing that some of the players that came in the first year when you had this are probably coming back to you and saying, Hayley, if it wasn't for this festival that you put on, I wouldn't be where I am today. So I'm sure you're getting a lot of that as well.
Well, one of the coolest stories we have is Team Mexico. We had 3 teams from Mexico come in our first year to Vancouver.
Who would have thunk it?
Yeah, they showed up wearing their men's national team parkas that made them look, huge.
Yes.
And now it's their 5th year, and believe it or not, Mexico wants to try and put a team in the Olympic Games for women's hockey.
Why not? We need more competition, Hayley. Come on.
Yeah, so they come up every year. It's amazing. They love it and participate in the festival, and they gain a lot of knowledge to go back to compete in Mexico City, where they only have 1 or 2 hockey rinks.
I'm looking at your website here as well, too. It's wickhockey.com, wickhockey.com, and you have everything here, all the information that you need, and some great photos here, and of course Canadian Tire, a great sponsor of this as well too. And look at this, it says here the event is sold out because, well, as you said, there's a waiting list of many people who want to be a part of this. You also encourage folks like myself to come down and just enjoy the experience.
Yeah, the event is totally open to the public, and there's lots of action happening in all the rinks all day long. And if people want to just come watch some hockey, whether it's like the Timbits to the midget AAA division that we have, the schedule's all online, and you can come out to Winsport free of charge, free admission, and check it all out.
When you first started your career, I bet you wish something like this was around.
Oh, geez, I remember going to minor hockey tournaments all over Saskatchewan, and I was the only girl, and thinking I was the only girl in the world playing hockey. And now, we've got 1,500 kids coming, and this festival of the game, they're having access to people I would have died to have access to when I was a kid. So I'm really proud of the event, and I'm proud that we have a charity component that gives all of our proceeds back to Right to Play and Jumpstart, and it's a not-for-profit event, and it's something that I think we're making a difference with.
What does this mean for you?
Well, it's a way for me to inspire and encourage a lot of girls, sort of in one place. I'm on site 24 hours a day for the 4 days and interacting with as many of the kids as I can. And not only that, but to give them access to these really intelligent, knowledgeable people of the game of hockey, whether it's Brian Burke, who came last year, I had Brian Trottier there. These guys, Pat Quinn was in our event for 3 years in Burnaby. He came with Bobby Clark, and they would do a hot stove lounge telling stories of old-time hockey to these 12, 15-year-old girls,
Impressionable girls,
Yeah, it goes a long way. And so I think it's to increase the knowledge of hockey. A lot of girls don't watch enough hockey. And when they ask me, how do I get better? I say, you have to watch the game. And so to inspire them to be really engaged in the game and enjoy it and learn more about it, then they're going to become better players.
Hayley, thank you for bringing it to Calgary. It needs to be here every single year. Forget about the Burnaby stuff. Bring it back here.
Well, we've got a lot of support, so it's great.
World Hockey Festival, of course, sponsored by Canadian Tire. And it starts tomorrow.
That's right.
Great to have you, and thank you very much.
Okay, thanks.
Good stuff. A lot of other things are happening in and around our city as well, too, including Christmas in Song. Mount Royal Conservatory presents its Christmas in Song concert on November 29th. It starts at 7 o'clock. There's the number if you'd like to find out more information, 403-440-7770. This is Trending on Shaw.